So approximately 8:20 this evening, we received initial reports of a structure fire of the 3100 block of Del Park Drive here in West Louisville. That's just east of 31st Street. What it is it's an 80,000 square foot commercial warehouse. It's Anderson Finishing Solutions. What they do is they store quite a bit of solvents, of paint thinners. So there's lots of a large volume of flammable liquids, of explosive liquids that are inside the building. We don't know what caused the building at this time. Arson investigators are en route and are on scene at this time. So as you can tell, there's a large volume of fire. Again, it's an over 80,000 square foot facility. It's pretty cut up. At this moment, we have gone defensive. We went defensive pretty early on into firefighting. Crews initially made entry. They tried to fight the fire from inside, but the fire grew and spread to an extent to where it wasn't safe for our crews anymore, so we had to pull them out. So what you have now is we have over 15 firefighting apparatus that are on scene. It's a 2+ alarm fire right now. So those apparatus include a hazmat unit that's here. That hazmat is for precautionary measures to monitor the air and to monitor the water that's running off. With the amount of water that we have flowing, thousands and thousands of gallons per minute, we want to make sure that we're monitoring the water that's going into MSD. LG&E is on scene, LMPD is on scene, MSD is on scene. So multiple outside agencies are supporting the operations at this moment. One of the biggest challenges that we had this evening is, of course, the storms that came through. We had a lot of power lines that were down, a lot of trees that were down. Some trees were down on houses. We also had an extensive amount of flooding, and most of it occurred in West Louisville, which is where we're located now. Again, we had large storms that were coming through. Neighbors reported lightning strikes, but we don't have a cause at this time. We do have building representation on scene, so they're being cooperative and supporting our operations. They're working with our command staff to try to keep us aware of what's inside the building and what some hazards are that our crews might face going forward. Again, our number one priority right now is our firefighter safety, so we're defensive operations at the time. On top of that, also people in the surrounding area. So we're encouraging people to stay out of the area. We've got lots of hose lines that are down. We've got lots of apparatus that are in the area, blocking the area. Plus, simply for your own safety, your own protection, please avoid the area at this time. We are going defensive. We have no reports of injuries at this time. As I said, those 15 apparatus that are on scene, or 15+ apparatus, include a hazmat truck. They also include a rehab unit. So that rehab unit is on scene, of course, because of the extent of the operation, the heat of the evening, the length of the operation. We want to make sure that, again, that we're keeping our firefighters safe. As you just heard, we had a small explosion. We've had several collapses in the building, and we anticipate that going forward with the kind of material that we're being told is inside the building. So we're trying our best to prepare for that, to keep our crews safe. But again, we have that rehab unit on scene. We have also, I'm sure a question is going to be about staffing the rest of the city. We have what's in place right now, and part of our operations is called a callback plan. So a 3A, 4A plan. We've initiated the 3A plan, which means we call back the entire shift from yesterday. So those crews will be coming back in, and we'll be manning and positioning on our auxiliary apparatus to provide coverage for the city throughout